All right, we're recording now. I'm not doing it again. They should have been they should have been on here, right? We got 24, y'all. Surely that's just about everybody. All right, Clutch wants to see knee. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's do DVX real quick. DVX is being a turd. Hold on. I'm going to. I gotta make sure I get. Hold on, guys. I'm reading up something real quick. 311 yesterday. Okay, here we go. All right. If you're in the DVX November 22nd 19Cs, those are a scalp play. I end up hitting the stop loss on it. But the December 20th, the 20Cs for December 20, I definitely see those paying us. Oh crap! What? Hold on, guys. I done hit something on. There we go. Sorry, I done hit something on the Zoom. I want to get to look right here is our demand level on this puppy. Okay, as you can see, the top of it, we're hitting here. I'm gonna draw it over where you guys that don't know what I'm talking about here is this right here. Okay, we have a double tap here into demand. So we took this call. We were right in here, and let me zoom in for y'all. I'm gonna go to no, I'm not going to 30-minute. Look, the smaller you get on this, the uglier it gets. But holy moly, hold on, guys. I don't know where this screen went. Hold on, guys. I don't know what just happened. Jeez. Did y'all see that? That was nuts. TOS has been bugging for me. I don't know why. All right. Guys, what I see Oh. Okay. All right, guys, what you see here is this is the slow selling. It pops every time. So we got a slow sell off. I see this getting gobbled up here. We have plenty of time to December 20th. I am looking to this puppy fill back into this demand and give us a double bottom here into this demand, which actually it's pretty. It ain't fresh no more because it got tapped again. A fresh demand means that from your demand area, if it's fresh, it means there's no taps in between the demand. So what I'm seeing is just another suction down to here. Okay, I'm looking to not even think about staying in DBX if we get into this area right in 1825. So, you know, I'm looking at a bounce, and that'll bring us right back to our pivot in 1909. So anybody that's in DBX, please stay patient. I'm holding the December 20 with you, but I'm not getting out of these because I'm not going to take a loss and then get back in and then give me another loss. I'm looking to just average here, and then we'll ride this puppy back up. So stay patient, and we will definitely get there, but just please stay patient because, as you can see, we're looking for a double bottom here in the bounce. Let's see here. Let me go back to our page. Sorry, I was on calls. My camera better not be on. Oh, is that Billy? Is Billy Ray's camera on? Oh God. It's funny. All right, guys. Guys, what do y'all want to see now? Put a comment on there. Come on, comment on there. I know there's a chart you want to see. Let's go to. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what we've seen in C today. Turned out to be a really good play for us. All right. We entered C today right in this area here. What I seen was a nice bounce here off 73.20, which was the all I did was Wednesday's low. I drew our line here, and then we bounced here this morning. So I drew our lowest point of the day today. I drew a line, and then we bounced. So my stop loss here on our C was 73.20, low of the day. And then what we did was pretty much ride this puppy up here into the EMA. The reason I got out of it was because I started to see our EMA curl down, which was the sell off here in the SPY in the afternoon. So we rode this for a nice 20% gain. This is in the challenge account. We could have played this closer this week if it into 74 to 75 or 74.50s this week, but I wanted to be safe in the challenge account and not get burned and try and grow this thing. When you're growing that challenge, you got to go week out. You can't play same week unless you are staring at the chart, and some people in our chat are not staring at the chart all the time, so they might miss an exit. But what I'm looking at is going a week out and playing it safe. So, we played next week 75s, which I was actually seeing this getting up here in this area here, but we didn't get that. So once I seen that wick there, and then we opened up here and we dropped and we popped and we went back down, I was like, no, we're gonna get out of this and close. So I closed $1 over our entry, but I scaled out some at 20%. So that ended up being pretty good for us. But as you can see, this is why we exit, guys. This is why we have our EMA 8, 4, or 20, and 34, is because it tells us where we're going. So I'm looking at C to get right in this area again here, and pretty much. Sorry, guys, my girl's talking. Pretty much just it's a box of congestion, guys. So we're gonna wait for it to get here. We'll ride it back up, and then we'll just rinse and repeat. All right, anybody else? CG, we got Twitter and Starbucks. I don't even want to look at Starbucks. Did Quantum take Starbucks today? Yeah, exactly. Starbucks screwed us this week. So did McDonald's. Try their shit screens. All right. I mean, God, Starbucks looks good, though. Ugh. Starbucks is like that X you can't get rid of. All right, guys. I mean, Starbucks, we bought in this area here on last Friday because I thought it was our move. We had a double tap into demand, and I thought our move was breaking out of this channel. Well, that didn't happen. We went down. I honestly do not see Starbucks a buy again until this little area here in the Monday. So if I was getting into Starbucks, you could start averaging here. You can start scaling in if you're playing long out calls, maybe December's. But if you're playing November's, you're going to get sucked in some premium because remember, next week is a short week with Thanksgiving. But I'm not buying this piece of crap till 81.50, and then I'll get me a latte and I'll ride it out. But does that chart make sense to anybody? Does that make sense? Okay. Do y'all? Let's not talk about Starbucks. Okay, good. So yeah, Starbucks is not a buy here again until this supply zone. And then your scale, when you do buy in, your scale targets are right here, right there, and right there, and right there. That is your scale targets as you ride up. Which, you would scale 75% or so when you get in your 20s, but then any dip back down into a level, you can buy back in. And then you'll scale, then you'll buy on the dips. This is how you play an uptrend. You buy, you scale, you wait for the dip, you buy in a major area of support that used to be previous resistance, and then that's what we do on the way up. Can we see WDC? I would have, if it wasn't for the challenge account, I would have held WDC because it's you got time. It's for next week, so I would have held it. But I'm impatient today with WDC. I was ready to make some money on that thing, but I mean we ended up making $30. But I took my L. I wasn't risking it next week. Over the weekend, already being down 30%. What if we woke up Monday morning with another 30%? That's 60% gone. It's what you see is what you get right here, guys. You got the falling wedge just continues. Just keep drawing it down. The falling wedge continues to be surfing this EMA 8 right here. I think its last straw of falling down is going to be right here where you've seen these wicks happen here on Monday. Here, I'm going to show you. I think what you got here is that loading zone here. So if you were in this call, Friday, here's tomorrow, okay? We have all day tomorrow here. Right here is your opportunity to average down. And if you average down in this section right here, keep your stop loss here right at these lower wicks here at if you got a pencil and paper, write this down, guys. 47.28 is your stop loss, okay? And I mean, and you could have an algo spike down a little bit, but as long as it comes back up and holds above, so if you want to, you can do a mental stop loss here around, you'd be safe with about 47.17, 47.14. They won't let it, if they want to hold this up here, they won't let it get too far down from Monday's low or Tuesday's low, okay? But that's the scenario you're seeing there. But if you are a short person and you're not in WDC, you would look at entering in the open. If you get a gapper in the morning and it rejects this trend line, you would be a shorter tomorrow for a lotto down to the 47.30 area, which would that would get you, if you're lottoing tomorrow. Oh, that's not. Here we go. What's our price? We're at 47, and what do we want here? Sorry, guys. Let me go back. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. 47.50 would be my put. So I would be buying in the morning. If you get a spike, you could buy here and make you 30 or 40%. But I mean, it's not worth it, really. It ain't really worth it. But and then if you break this area, then you'd be riding it down in this area here at 46.50. So I mean, it would be worth it. You can get you 20, 30% and then hope for more. But I honestly do not see them leaving this area here. There's no sense in overtrading this thing because you had a nice area here of the whole day Tuesday of accumulation. They popped it. EMA 20 brought it back down, and now we're falling back down. So I see accumulation area. I would buy here tomorrow, guys. And if you want to hold it over the weekend, I would personally, because I honestly think we're getting up in this area next week. At the very least, you're getting here to 49, and then a rejection here. That would be your EMA 34 as we curl. But, okay, let's see here. Let's change subject. JPC, so I can get Clutch to quit messaging it on there. Not JPC, GPC, sorry. All right. What do we got going here? All right. Yeah, hold on, guys. I got to take my little girl's dress off real quick. She's wearing one of these Anna gowns. Sorry, dad problems. All right, from what I see on GPC is
There's half of it.
hold on, make it, baby. Here, put your arm right there. All right. This area here was our. Let's get in right here. I drew this. Damn. Well, now you can't see. Huh. All right. I drew this trend line here when we had our wedge break. I don't know why it's. Yeah. Okay. We had a fallen trend line and we broke out of it. When we first entered GPC, we scaled and got 40% gains on this thing. I re-entered today right in this area here. Actually, no, it was right in this area here because I seen a pop and I thought we were going back up, but we rejected. But the reason I didn't sell this is because it's the next week. For some reason, I like this. I like this because you had a gap here. If you look at this gap area right here, I know it's hard for y'all to see, but look, right in here, you had a gap that finally got filled. And let's drag this guy over here. All right, when you're looking and buying supply and demand areas, and right now, if you look at this trend line that we had starting here, this Heisen line, I'm playing, guys. I love highs. But this line here, I see it's bouncing, and this is an area of a gap that got filled, and you had an area here of a previous demand. So I do not see it getting any lower than at least 102.32, 102.35. And then I see us popping back up to 105. So, but my stop loss would definitely be right around here in 102.30-ish if you get any lower than that. But I definitely see us bouncing back up here. I mean, you had that SPY takedown at the end of the day and the sell-off, but I honestly see this getting – it was just filling the gap. We probably got a little premature here and bought. But I would average down one last time here and then take your loss if you break below. But personally, I would be buying right in this section, right in here. Okay, so I see us bouncing back up. All right. Anyone else want a chart? Somebody said Disney never again. I actually bought Disney at the end of the day. Oh, let's look at it real quick. Let's look at Disney. That was one of the ones I wanted to show you guys. All right, what I've seen – damn it, why does the thing keep doing that? Let's go a little – I like showing y'all a 4-hour candle. If y'all are looking for direction in a stock, there's nothing better than pairing 4-hour candles beside each other. Reason being is because, well, if my computer will ever load, reason being with 4-hour candles is it sums up the whole day in the 2 candles. So you're not looking at a bunch of garbage, fluff, noise, whatever you want to call it. And here's a perfect candle combination of 4-hour. When you have a big body and the second body to the 4-hour is holding above the close of the first body candle. That is a bullish scenario, okay? This candle combination here is a hammer candle, but it's followed by a sell and a close below or almost, it's on the inside, but it's inside candle and then down. So like this is an inside candle down. So that would be a bearish, formation there. This is bearish. Sell off, close, but didn't close to halfway at the center of the first candle. So that's bearish. So that will take you down to EMAs. If you gap up and you have this kind of formation, you're buying here on your EMAs, your first EMA. I mean, not buying, but you're shorting to your first EMA. Okay. This candle is bullish. This is a nice spike here. This could be considered, it ain't a spinning top, but the body of the candle is more than halfway up. And then you've had a perfect sideways close to that 4-hour. And then you had the spike. This candle, you have, big candle. And look at the second body. The lowest part of the second candle is right at the close of the first candle. This is a bullish candle. So you're buying here as long as you're holding. And your stop loss is this section a little bit. I normally go like 10 or 20 cents below that side would be my stop loss if I was buying this FOMO here. But what I see here, I want to delete. This is an old level that I had. And This is an average. This line here, where do you get it chart? This is just an average of this chop, okay? I'm going to delete that off real quick where y'all can see what I see. What I see going into tomorrow is a nice bullish flag, okay? Good Lord. Okay, what I see is a nice bullish flag, and I really anticipate us breaking up. I mean, we bought 148s, which is right here. So at the very least, we bought here on this lower part of this flag. We should get a nice little gain tomorrow morning. And if we get a SPY gap, then we're definitely going to get it. But I anticipate this puppy going up here, okay? I want to see 149 to 150 tomorrow. I want to see a pop, you know? I want to see this thing rip and roar up here to 150.63. At the very least, give us a double top and then drop. So if everybody can see what I've seen on Disney, this is what I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm looking at a pop and a hold here of 148, and then I'm looking at Monday morning and into next week a run here into 150.63. And then you could possibly get a sell-off. And remember, you got this big looming gap in the bottom, but that's what I'm seeing. So does everybody understand what I've seen in Disney, why I took it? All right, Chief Wahoo wants to look at PTON. Is that them garbage treadmills? Is that the IPO? We had to work out with the screen. Peloton. I could see Chief working out with a treadmill. That is definitely a stock that he would buy. He probably runs on it while he's watching the Chiefs get drummed, or not the Chiefs, the Indians getting beat. Damn it! Hold on, guys. Oh, hey, does anybody have any questions on the candle formations on what I was talking about on the candles? Nice. I love you, Chief. When you're looking at 4-hour bodies in the videos I'm working on this, can you boot an ass candle? Yes, I can. When you're looking at 4-hour candle combinations, it's simple. I mean, we'll show you here what we're looking at. PTON, or just from what I'm looking at right here, this candle formation today is very bullish. You had a nice indecision candle here with a big bodied middle body of the candle, and then you had a sideways open to your second candle that held the middle half of your first body candle. So at the very least, in the morning, you're going to get a test here of 30.04. Chief, what are y'all in? What calls y'all in? Is anybody in calls on this? 35 call January. Okay, I need to zoom up here. Chief, he goes all out, man. He don't hold back. What I want to do here? I mean, this is an IPO. I mean, and I guess it opened up first. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest with you, but I can tell you what I see right here. This might be one I play. I like this. All right. This to me is bullish, okay? You're riding the MA8. You held. This latest candle formation is very bullish. I would look at retesting 32. And if you do get a lot of resistance here, you get selling pressure. You get selling pressure. The part you're going to fall to, pretty much the price you're going to fall to is this congestion area in this section here. So you're going to fall to the top of it, 26.67. But I mean, this is one of them IPOs. It's going to catch FOMO. So I definitely see it breaking this 32 and keep rolling. So what's your average, Chief? Yeah, 7% float short as of last Thursday. Yeah, this thing is going to get squeezed like an orange. You can see it. Look at it. Every dip is being bought. Candle bought. Wick, bought. Every candle in this thing has a bottom wick in it. That means that price was not there long, got bought up and sucked up pretty quick. Nice. Nice. All right. Guys, what else y'all want to see? Somebody said Twitter. Do you talk about Netflix? No, but I can. Netflix, I have levels here of pretty much just support resistance areas and averages of congestion areas. What you got going here in Netflix is, I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, you got the Disney drop here. Got bought perfectly on our average here of this start of this gap down. Man, and we're moving up. So Disney looks really good. Let's go big picture here. Let y'all see big picture. Jesus. I'm trying to zoom in. There we go. Look at that. Yeah. All right. As you can see, what you got here is a, I mean, it's not a good looking rounded bottom, but I mean, you got a nice rounded bottom. If any of y'all follow Trader Studio on Twitter, he talks about the J-Lo booty. So this would definitely be your J-Lo booty that he calls it. I mean, you got this is a massive gap up here, guys. This is something that price is getting sucked to. If you're looking at Netflix, you're looking at this top here, and then you have your gap there. Look at that big void in here, okay? And here we are. Look, we're going to go right here. We got another resistance area. And then my next area that I like is this low to this low, which is the middle line of that little seesaw action there. So that is my next area there, okay? So if you are playing Netflix, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at, this is a 4 hour, by the way, guys. So this is going to be really, everything's going to be really tight. Let me go to, hold on. That way I can show you guys. So let's go 30 minute if you are playing this tomorrow. Come on. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get my little cursor here. Okay, it's not going to do it. Whatever. All right. Here's Friday's action. That's not a good end to the day. That candle does not look good. You had a top here. Okay. But if we get a SPY gap in the morning, you're gapping up. So if you're already in calls, I would look at 316 area tomorrow to reject. Price close around 311. You could see a $4 gap up in the morning. If SPY gaps 1 point or so, you will get a nice $3 to $4 gap up in Netflix because that is your resistance area that people are going to be selling at. So, but if you do not get a SPY gap in the morning, I would look at this area here to hold for sure. You can get that action there, which screws you tomorrow unless you're buying every high and every low at perfect point. But what you really want to happen tomorrow is this thing fall down here, this EMA 20. This your EMA 20, and then bounce like that. So the person that wanted Netflix, are you in calls? I can help you out if you want. If you're in calls, let me know your average. What are you in? Next week, this week? Guys, if you are not in Netflix, come okay, this week, what? Give me a number. Today, Junior. There we go. All right, now you're fine, man. Don't say sorry. It's nothing to be sorry about. All right, you're in 315s. You are banking on SPY gapping tomorrow. If SPY does not gap for you, you're in trouble, my friend. Because you're going to get a little – if SPY does not gap for you and you open up even, the very least you are looking to get out of them things right here, around this area here. 310ish. If you open up around 310ish, you got a ways to go here tomorrow. So you're hoping for a gap up. And I think the gap, if we gap tomorrow, it's going to be a gap and fade. I don't know if we would get a gap and go tomorrow in SPY. So if we get a good 1 point gap up, I honestly think tomorrow at open would be a short down to whatever the gap fill spot is. I mean, personally, I don't know why it would continue going. I mean, there's nothing really underlying that tells me that there's no numbers coming out tomorrow. I mean, if you get the gap overnight, it's just because the Illuminati was in calls and they wanted to get their money in the morning, pretty much. So if you're a Netflix, Drev, I would definitely be banking on a gap tonight. And hopefully you're riding free into tomorrow. One contract. Yeah, hopefully you're riding free, brother. Let me see here. Who else is – anybody got anything else they want to see? Well, I think I've hit everything so far people wanted except for Twitter. No, hey, guys, Sissy, cut that down.
We love you.
Oh, guys, my kids iPad. We are not looking at PFE. Restoration hardware. Okay, hold on, bud. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter first. Sorry, Chief. Man, what a sell-off. Let's go to 1 hour. If I'm looking at next week or so, I'm always looking at 1 hour charts for weeklies. Look at. Come on. Hold on, guys. I don't know why my cursor's not doing my little small box. Mute Dano Rocket. We good? Guys, Twitter. It's flat, man. You're buying a bottom, you're buying the dip, selling the rip. I mean, that's what you're doing. You can see that top got sold out today. So this tells me it's not ready. I don't like the way that's too damn flat. Let's go here. Here we go. All right. Okay, so if you're looking at Twitter and getting into calls for next week, this is a nice time to do it. I mean, it got sold off, but you had a nice. So what I would definitely, guys, I got time for maybe one more, but my girl's ready to go to bed. Go on the couch, up in a minute. Okay, let's examine this. Okay, you had congestion here. You finally broke out of this box that I would like to call here. And then you had today was a nice pop, but it rejected here, EMA 34. And then we had a sell-off. We opened candle. We fell, and we rose up to right there. I mean, it closed at the half of the body of this first candle. So this, to me, isn't really a really bullish candle, but this is definitely a candle that I would see it not completely falling back down to where it was, because I definitely see, if y'all can see your old congestion area, which I'm actually off a little bit on that top wick, which it held the previous box zone here, okay, as y'all can see. I would definitely, if we fall back below this box here, back into this area here, I would definitely wait to enter calls next week until you get a confirmation of a bounce off the bottom of this box. And remember, this is on a 4 hour. So next Friday is right here, guys. So if you fall down here, you're definitely not getting in 30s or 31s. But if you hold this box into next week, I'm going to draw this out a little bit, okay? I would definitely look at tomorrow opening up and then do Twitter doing something like this. So I personally would not play Twitter tomorrow as a lotto, but if you were doing next week, let's look at the prices. Let's look here. Twitter 30s. Dang, them are really cheap. 29.50s are really cheap. Holy crap. Why? Oh, that's for tomorrow. Damn. Get out of 29. Sorry. I thought still pretty cheap, guys. Twitter 30s are 0.40, 0.41. Wow. Almost in the money. Hold on, guys. We're about to make a play here. All right. I would definitely look into getting into some 30Cs for Twitter. I think I might scale into some tomorrow in our challenge account. Y'all see what I'm seeing? Where'd I get these targets here? I didn't get them from no fancy computer site. I didn't get them from nothing. Look, you're just looking at previous areas of rejections. Rejections. When you're on the buy side, you're looking at where the rejection zones are on your bounces on the downside. So, you know, if you're riding 30Cs, you can see a 30 to 50 next week. And then if you reject here around this previous high here of today, then you're looking at selling your calls, of course, and then you're buying 30 puts and riding it back down and yada, yada. But, yeah, I would definitely look into buying 30Cs for next week because if you get to 30.50s, if you buy 30C tomorrow and you get a nice pop in on Monday morning, you're looking at 100% gain. Yeah. You're looking at 80 to 100%. Everybody understand what I see on Twitter? Anybody want me to go any more in depth? We got 23 people in here and only 3 people messaging. Guys, type in the chat if y'all want a chart. Come on. How long we been going? How long we been going on this now? I don't know. We understand. I care. We Gucci, right? Oh, that's great. I love it. I'm gonna start using that in my vocabulary now. I wish Ski was still here. I mean, I don't know if he's still a member or not, but this is his baby. Knee. Let me do this, and let me see if I can get. There we go. There's that. Look at that. All right. Here's our 4 hour, guys. Here's since December 20s are a big monthly. Let's get over here to December 20. Okay. So if you're playing monthlies, this is your time that you have. This is your, you know, in the middle of what you got. So this is how you determine what expiration, what strike you're going to play. First of all, if you got a little supply area here, and you have a nice demand area right here. Okay, hold on, guys. Go get you out there. Go sit on the couch. It's right there. Go on the couch. Wait a minute. All right, what you got going on right here is pretty much just a bounce here. You know, in between supply and demand. Right now, you're caught in the middle. So clutch, you know, buying right here in the middle is risky, but you have a nice little uptrend here. So, I mean, I would definitely, you know, ride it up. And if you keep breaking your supports and get out, but if you're looking about entering, let's go to 15 minute. Damn, why does it keep doing that? Hold on, guys. All right, here's what we just mapped out. Always map out your 4 hours and then go into small charts. That way you know what you were seeing and it's still there, okay? Let's see here. Damn, that's just such a big area. All right, as you can see, you know, it's rode it, it's surfed it. It's had its moments of thinking about dropping back down, but I mean, looks like you're starting to round out. You know, it's rounding out. Just from looking at this chart right here, if we go back to Monday of this week, this is exactly the kind of action we had last week on SPY. Look at this. Your resistance area here popped above, it recaptured it, and now it's using it as support. So if you're getting into knee, this is your level of support because it was so long, for so long it was a prior resistance, and now it's become a good area for it to bounce. So, I mean, you could get this action here. You could get, a nice move up away from this area here. But Clutch, do you see this, what I just mapped out? Okay, and how we found it is just look at that. Previous resistance went above it. Now support. This sell-off, ignore it. It's just a part of the mind games that happened at the end of the day. I really almost ignore late day action because it's just nonsense. It's just people selling before the end of the close. So really, to me, this is your area here you're looking at, and you got a little cup action here. So let's look at the premiums on this thing. What's our price? $235. So let's go in the money. Good Lord. That's expensive, 6.7, but look right below it. 175, 195 on 240s. What's our supply at? Well, look at there. Look where our supply is at, guys. Right at 240. So what I'm looking at is when you buy in this thing, you want to continue move up. You actually have it's not a perfect channel, but it is a channel. Let's see how we're going to draw this thing. You could do like this here. That's not perfect, but it's just on the run here. Actually, it will be perfect if you wait 1 second. There we go. Look at that, guys. Look, it fits right in it. You're on your downer part of your channel. So, Clutch, if you're buying this thing, you're getting this puppy here at 175, 195. You are when you buy in this, you want to break this level there, and this is all new territory here. So you're looking to ride this thing up in here. So use your 75. And look, and when targets up above are uncertain, your 240 is definitely your supply area, but you use your 75-25 rule because this allows you to capture a momentum gain, and you're not even looking at targets beyond that. Really, you're just riding your 25%, and you're just, if the chart's telling you it's still going, you're riding it. We can actually get some, but let's get a target here on over. Let's zoom on out. And I would definitely see this area right in this area here. I always go averages of those because they're not perfect, but you see that for some reason this is sticking out to me. Let's mark it. Okay. I would see this area here between Clutch. So I'm buying here and I'm riding the 237 at the very most at 240. So this is a buy to me. This is a good buy. I'd buy in here. It's a little pricey, but you could definitely get, at least a 40 to 60% gainer at least in the next week. If you're really ballsy, you can keep holding it and you can get a spike or whatnot like this. Your channel tends to, just looking at the history repeats itself. Every downward, part that adds on the ad here spikes next day. Spike, spike, spike. So you're due one. You're due a spike. Check that out. That's funny. Clutch, does that make sense? All right, good. I got tired of talking about it. BDX. BDX was actually one that I think I charted that a while back. Didn't I, Clutch, on Sunday or something? I think I've actually looked at this. Jesus, this thing. Why does it keep doing that? It gets on my nerves. All right, this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what we got here. You got a resistance area here. Got a nice support area there. Support area there. If you're looking at entering BDX, you are not buying BDX until you break this area here on 250. If you continue getting this rejection, you could get just a channel, you know, just a bounce in this channel here like this. This looks like something that could definitely happen. I'm not bullish on this at all until. Hold on, guys. Do what, baby? Okay. Yeah, I'm not bullish on this. Let's look at the 4 hour. Let's confirm ourselves with the 4 hour. Whoa, look at that. Look at that 4 hour candle. Big bodied, opened up, went up, held right at the close of the first body candle. Clutch, you seeing that? All right. Yeah, see, look, man, this is bullish. If you get your break tomorrow morning, you could enter, but remember, it's Friday. They could chop this puppy right here and wait on this EMA 8 to catch up all day Friday and then break it out on Monday. That's more than likely the scenario that's going to happen. Don't get so – look, guys, if it's on Friday, I'm not even looking for positions next week. With this market, I'm not holding anything over next week. I mean, into next week. The only thing I might hold tomorrow, I don't know, man. If we get a good run tomorrow on URI, I think I'm selling the challenge calls. But anyway, with this, I would – as you can see, you have a little bit of area here on this ascending formation here, okay? So I would definitely see a little choppy right here until 250.18, and bam, Monday morning, you're going on out. Because as you can see, you got your EMA 8 curling in your 14 now. It hasn't happened within the past, 2 weeks, 20 days. So you got something going here. This is what you're looking at. It is not rejected. It's penetrating through. So I would definitely be looking into this. So let's look at some. Let's see how expensive this thing is. If you're looking at next week's, what do we got? 248s, 250s are pretty. Hey, here we are. Look, 250 next week. 250 next week's 171.90, and you got a 250 here sitting at 0.75, 0.95. If you're really ballsy, you can play this 255 this 255C 2540, which is right in this section. That's a really big move. So unless it's a lotto, you're playing 255, but 252, definitely. Look at this candle here. That's your target when you break 250. It's 252.05. And then my next target is this median here between these candles here. You see that, Clutch? Be patient tomorrow, which, I mean, you don't wake up till 11 o'clock anyway. Freaking West Coast people. Waking up at 10 o'clock and complaining about missing plays.
You got it.
Oh, man. I bet it's got to be hard for you guys, man. I bet market opens at, 5 o'clock? 6 a.m.? Heck no. I ain't got a cup of coffee in yet. Damn, that sucks. Market opens up for me for 8:30. Yeah. All right. Anybody else got a chart? I'm not looking at HD, bro. Hell no. I'm not looking at HD. We got 22 people on this thing. Why are we not? Guys, comment. Don't be scared. What is that chart? I didn't mean to type that in. Oh, I'll just hit. Look at this. Look at this ugly. You were supposed to bounce for me. No, you didn't bounce. Guys, this is falling into a cliff. Hello, gap. Look, we might be stretching. But this is worth a stretch of a put. Look at that gap. Oh, Chief, sorry. Hey, Chief, you're next, bro. RH. Look at this. If you are thinking about shorting HD, you could get a nice little December 20. I would go to December 20, and I would bring this puppy to 210. So you're looking at a 210 December 20, 178, 190 with a potential to pay out at least 120, 130. If you're looking at closer to next week plays, I would look at the area there and look at the area right there. Let's zoom in. This is not a bullish scenario, guys. This is a short. Not even looking at playing calls. I would look at a 217.69, the 216 area next week. That puts us here at hold on, 216. Yeah, I would look at I would play Monday morning the 215s and catch a little FOMO and sell it by Tuesday or Wednesday. You can get them 70 to 80, and you can play them to 70, 80, play them to about 140-ish. So you're looking at 100%. I mean, all these plays are looking at least 100%. Hold on, guys. All right, let me do it. Guys, I got time for one more. RH. Oh, Chief, you love the FOMO. You love the FOMO plays, bro. Somebody asked me. Somebody asked me. Hold on, let me see. Oh, hell, look, we do got. Oh, heck, we. Sorry, guys. Hey, guys, I do see the chats in here on this thing. The chats on Zoom. Too funny. Guys, look, man, I'm new at this thing. So guess what? Next time we're going to be good now. We're going to have it. Oh, I like that. It stays right there in the corner. All right. RH. Almost filled the gap down there. Nice reversal. Tweezer bottom, brought it back up. This 4-hour candle here has got me a little worried. It wasn't a full buy. It was I don't like candles that look like that, really. And it opened lower and closed lower than your close of your 4 hours. So that to me is a little bit bearish, but I would definitely I would see this level here holding. If you're getting in the RH, this is your previous high here, rejection, and then I would see it retesting this before it goes any higher. So, Chief, I'm looking at something like that, man. I honestly do not see this continuing up higher like that. It could. I don't see it. I see it falling back a little bit and testing this breakout. Chief, you see that? All right, good, man. Yeah, I would look at this area here. Let me I would look at an area of 192, 192.10. That'd be an area I'll look at to be a bounce. But definitely long calls here. Definitely not looking at it to be a short. I mean, look at Donnie. Look at Donnie over here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Donnie's spamming my chat. Yeah, I mean, look at that thing, man. That's pretty. It's a pretty chart. Yeah, bounce, continue. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end this, guys. I hate to do it. I wish I could keep going, but I gotta get little girls in the bed, and we gotta get ready for tomorrow. So, everybody have a good night, and I will see you guys in the morning. Okay. It's funny. All right, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I hope everyone learned something. And let's get it tomorrow. All right. See you guys.